made some mistakes there at the end, I think, but it was close. This is another hard one for me. Okay, so drop D tuning. So standard tuning, except your low E string goes down to a D, which you can either use a machine and however you normally tune, or you can sort of like get it to match that D. Okay, so the intro, well, first of all, just in general, like, it seems like there's a lot of variation in how she plays it live and different performances and stuff. I tried to base this just on the record, what I think is being played on the record. So for instance, this intro riff, she doesn't seem to play live, but it's this. Okay, so the moving line is just on the 5th string going 5, 7, 9, 4, 5, 5, basically. And then this hand, and this is a general thing about the picking pattern, is a lot of this. So it's like thumb, middle, index, middle, thumb, middle, index, middle. Like in this case on the bottom 3 strings on the 6, 4, and 5, 6, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4, 5, 4. But you have to mess up that pattern to do this anyway, but so I was so there I'm just kind of alternating. These are on upbeats, so my thumb is playing the downbeats. Something like that. You can make it kind of messy. And that sound of the 5th fret on the 5th string and the 4th fret open is part of the sound, so it's good if you get some of that. Then it goes into this G chord. Now, these 2 chords happen a lot in the song. I notice live she plays these 2 a lot, sort of like D like this. So there's a lot of D to G, and the D is like this. 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string, and 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string. And then the G, notice I still have 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and I still have 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string. Now my 3rd finger moves down to the 5th fret on the 6th string, and my pinky takes over on the 5th fret of the 5th string. In the intro, so my thumb is just thumping the 6th string, and then I go 5, 4, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. I'll do that again. So the thumb is just going like this, and these are all these notes that your other fingers do. And I'm being a little loosey-goosey with my index and middle, so find something that works for you. 5, 4, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. And then, it does that again. And the second time it doesn't do the whole thing. It goes 5, 4, 3, 4. Like that time I went index, middle, index. But again, I'm being kind of loose, so I would just say gonna break. So then you're in the verse. Okay, so the basic thing of the verse, the 2 verses are basically the same, and it's this D, which you can do this, my 1st finger could be down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, but because I'm not really playing it, I'm often just playing these 2 fingers. So 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string, and 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string. And then this picking pattern, this thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, middle. Tell me not to fight any. This is the 9th fret on the 6th string and the 5th string. And when I go there, I'm switching in this hand to just going thumb, index, and that's only for 2 beats. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you slide down to here. Now, this is that G chord. You could play the whole thing like I showed you before. I was often just doing this, because times I hear that a lot. So that's just the 5th fret on the 6th string and the 5th fret on the 5th string. And then I'm doing that old thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, middle, just on the bottom 3 strings. So that happens twice. Sometimes on this G chord, I hear that note, the 4th fret on the 4th string. So it can either be open 4 or 4th fret. So you repeat that. Then the 3rd time is similar, but when you get to this G chord, you go down now to the 2nd. This is like an E minor. 2nd fret on the 6th string, 2nd fret on the 5th string. And then it's one more time like the first 2 times. And the second verse is basically the same thing. There's kind of a weird thing that happens. I think live she does something maybe different, but it's almost like the last time you could skip this note. That's what I think I did. I just, because it's kind of holding, and I could just go D to G. Okay, so that takes us into this first crazy riff. There's 2 crazy riffs. This one. Okay, that timing is crazy. It's cool. So it's a lot of pull-offs. So often when something sounds really fast like this, that's a lot of pull-offs. So open 6th string now, and I'm using my middle finger to pluck this, and I'm getting the 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then just a pull off. And then sort of triple pull off, 4-2 open on the 4th string. So makes sense? And then a hammer on of the 2nd fret on the 5th string, and then the open 4th string. You have to hold that. And then you pull it back off, basically. So it's like open 2 on the 5th string, open 4th string, 2 to open on the 5th string, and then play the 6th string by itself. I don't even know if I'm doing that right, but I'm sort of hammering on a little mini bar of the 2nd fret on the 6th and the 5th. And then it's some kind of like, that's sort of like my thumb is playing that, and then I'm kind of doing a index middle. And then take that bar up to the 5th fret, and then down to the 4th fret. Something like that. Maybe some, yeah, see how I'm doing a little. Let me do that really slow. Something like that. She's using some harmonics and stuff. Okay, so that's that riff. Hopefully that's good enough. I think there's some tabs out there you can look at. It's one of those things you just have to practice it really slowly a bunch of times. Okay, I'm looking at my little notes over there to make sure I don't forget anything. Okay, so now you have this section. Pretty easy. 2 bars on the D, which you can play totally open or this way with the 5th fret on the 5th string and the 4th fret on the 4th string, and then this F sharp, which is just the 4th fret on the 6th string and the 5th string, and then slide it up to the 5th fret for a G chord, and those each get 1 bar each. So the first time that happens, it just happens twice. The second time it happens like a whole bunch of times and turns into that sort of like outro. And then, okay, so then after the first time, this is where you have riff number 2. Okay, so pluck the low E string at the same time as the high E string, the 6th string at the same time as the 5th string, and pull off from 9 to open on the 1st string. And then this is 9 open, 10 on the second string, 11 on the third string. And then it plays this note, 9th on the third string. And then I was probably doing some different things with my fingering, but let's say use your third finger here to go. So third finger now starts on the 11th fret of the fourth string, and then slides up to 12, and then the second finger comes in and grabs the 11 on the third string. And then it does this thing. So this is 12 and 11, 12 on the fourth string, 11 on the third string. This is 11 on the fourth string and 9 on the third string. And this is 9 on the fourth string and 7 on the third string. And I'm kind of keeping that low string going with my thumb. I'm not really doing it. I didn't pay attention to whether she's doing it in a very specific rhythm or like keeping a particular thing. I'm just sort of filling in whatever space I can. So then you go to this. This is a B minor chord. First finger on the 7th fret of the third string, second finger on the 9th fret of the 6th string, third finger on the 9th fret of the 5th string. And I'm plugging it like this. 6, 5, 3, 5, 2, 3, and then open 5th string. And that leads you to this G chord. I was playing it like this. That kind of sounded right to me with like the ringing open strings. It's first finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, second finger on the 5th fret of the 6th string, third finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string. Kind of strumming it, and then there's this little riff. Again, I'm changing up what I do with my right hand. Sometimes I do it with my thumb, sometimes with my index finger. Another triple pull-off. 4-2 open on the 3rd string, and then pull off from 4 to open on the 4th string. Okay, now you play that riff again, but it's like rhythmically moved over. So instead of being on beat 1, like 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3. So it's like it starts, instead of this happening on beat 1, it happens on beat 2. And then I don't think she plays this note that time. So instead of being 9 open, 10, 11, 9, it's 9 open, 10, 11, and then right to, which I notice for me is changing my fingering because I'm ending up with my 3rd finger here, so then I do my 2nd finger to do this, to do the 11, 12, 11, 11 and 9, 9 and 7, and then the same thing. Okay, so it does that, and then it'll go back to the verse, chorus, and then at the end, you know, it's going to do this thing a bunch of times. And eventually it holds on like the G chord, some version of the G chord. I think she plays this part differently live, but this is what I hear on the record. And then it does that riff one more time, so it's like. And that's how it ends. Okay, let me know if I forgot anything or if anything was super confusing or if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck, have fun, and have a nice day.